Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Am I loud enough? Am I too quiet? I can probably move you guys forward a little bit. Hello, hello. I'm currently eating some candy. So you might hear some funny chewing noises. You cannot see me, but now you can. Can you? No, you can't. What the heck? Wrong button. There you go. Now you can see me. Hello, friends. What is up? Welcome back to another stream. How is everybody today? Happy Wednesday. I typically don't stream on Wednesdays, but I just wanted to switch it up, you know? See if there's anybody that is available on Wednesdays that are not available on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Oh my goodness, Penny. The dogs have come in from outside after their dinner. And they love when they have their dinner, so they're very happy. I can hear you. Perfect. Victoria, hello, welcome. How are you? X-Queer, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I have these like Jolly Rancher ropes. I think they're like a new release from Jolly Rancher. So good. There's like two different like bags of them. There's one bag that is the green apple and watermelon flavor. Then there's another bag that is raspberry and blue raspberry. I got the raspberry and blue raspberry. I also had the green apple and watermelon one. Very good. Time Roller, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Okay, so we are playing a very fun game today. We are playing Conservas, which you guys can see the base game behind me there. But we are playing it with the new Exotic Tides expansion, which currently right now, Salt and Pepper Games has this up on crowdfunding, new expansion for Conservas, along with Pastilles, which this one I did a preview video of, and this one is very fun. I actually really want to do a live stream of that one as well, so I might end up doing a live stream of Pastilles maybe next week. We will see. But yes, this stream is going to be sponsored by Salt and Pepper Games, so a huge thank you, Salt and Pepper Games, for working with me. It's been very fun working with them. I worked with them on the base game of Conservas as well, and then did I work with them for Witchcraft? I don't know if I did. But I also really enjoy their other solo-only game called Witchcraft, which they also have the Resist? Is it just called Resist? Resist is pretty much the same game as Witchcraft, but I prefer the theming of Witchcraft. So, yeah. And then I also backed myself the Voynich puzzle from Salt and Pepper Games. So, overall, I'm just genuinely a huge fan of Salt and Pepper Games. Along with Scott Elms. He is the designer of both Conservas as well as Pastilles. So, yes, super excited to play this one today. I will admit that I haven't played Conservas a ton, and I will admit that I'm not very good at this game, and I'm always so tempted to grab like a notebook to keep track of how many like fish and different things I have in the bag, which I feel like is kind of against the whole point of the bag building aspect of this game. So I've never done that, but it's really hard for me to like keep track of like how many do I think I have in the bag. So it's always like a big surprise at the end of the game, whether I actually had the correct amount in the bag or not. But yes, I will, if you are unfamiliar with Conservas, I will be quickly going over an overview of how to play the game. And then I'll kind of mention the things that are added to the game with the Exotic Tides expansion. So yeah, I guess we should probably just get right into this. Jeremiah, welcome to the stream. How are you? How's it going? I've already backed this one. Nice. Did you back this as well as Pastilles, Victoria, or did you just back the expansion for Conservas? Let me know. But let's get into a little bit of an overview of the game. This is kind of the layout of the game. We do have 2 boats here because at the start of the game, you're going to draw 2 boats and choose one. I haven't decided yet which boat I want to use, but it's really nice because we ended up with 1 boat from the expansion and then 1 boat from the base game. So basically, in this game, we are running a fish canning company, aka Conservas. And basically you are going to be going out on your boat and fishing, but you are also trying not to overfish the ocean and take too much from the ocean, because at the end of a game, you're going to be doing a specific kind of scenario. In the base game, you have 12 different scenarios, and each scenario is a month of the year. So you go from January to December in the first game, the base game, and then in the expansion, it actually adds in a second entire year of scenarios. So another 12 scenarios that are considered more difficult, a little bit more complex. I am actually playing one of the scenarios from the expansion. This is the first scenario from the expansion, so it's January. And basically there's going to be a setup of how much money we start with as well as what starts in the bag. And then at the end of the game, whether you are playing a standard game or a difficult game, that is going to determine, Penny, that is going to determine the amount of money that you need at the end of the game as well as what you need in the bag, aka the ocean, at the end of the game in order to win. So for this game here, I actually do start with 10 money. So I'm going to grab my money quickly. I'm going to grab some 1s and a 5. I start with 10 money. And then I start with, in this bag, we have 5 sardines, 5 tuna. I believe it's tuna. Tuna is one of like the new fish in here. And then we also have 4 eels, which eels are also new to this expansion. And then we have 6 of the water kind of things in here. So the tuna is going to be this dark brown token. And then the eel is going to be this purple here. So those are some new things. As for like what's kind of new in the expansion, I feel like this looks like I got something on it. Oh my gosh, Penny. It looks like this has gotten something on it, but I don't think it has. I think we're good. I think it's just like the shine of the card is throwing me off. Yay, money. Yay. I start with 10 money. But what was I going to say? The things that the expansion adds to the game. First thing is it kind of has 3 different modules to it. So the first is that you get new upgrades as well as new boats. You're going to be able to, during the game, purchase more boats. That will give you more opportunities to fish and more opportunities to get fish out of the bag in order to gain those to either purchase upgrades or sell them at the market, or to put them back into the ocean and have them breed so that you are getting more and more kind of fish and different species in the ocean. So you have more boats, you have more upgrades, which like I said, you need to spend the different fish that you catch in order to get those upgrades. They are really helpful though. And like I said, you have some new ones for both the expansion. So any of these cards that you see that have a little seahorse up in the right-hand corner, that's going to be an expansion card. So this is an expansion card, and this boat here is an expansion card. And then this one that we are potentially going to use for our starting boat is an expansion card as well. So that is the first kind of module for the game, is you can just add in those new upgrades and new boats. With the modules, you can add them all in. You can just pick and choose which ones you want to add in, but that is the first module. Another module is going to be the new, what is this called? Market book. So this is the base game market book. You have all of the different scenarios in this book. And then this here is the new market book, which is like year 2. And like I said, those are more complicated, slightly more complex. scenarios. So I'm going to be playing January. That's another module, so you can just play with the new scenarios if you'd like. And then you also have this here, which is a location book. And this is where some of the kind of like not predatory, that's a bad word. All of like the predator kind of things get added into the game. And this is basically a location book that you can play alongside either the market book from the base game or the market book from the expansion. You can just add this along with your scenario, and you can mix and match the different scenario with the different locations in the location book. And these are going to be where the predators are going to be added. So you actually have some tokens of some sharks or predators that you're going to add into your supply or your bag, and that is going to add some like more difficulty to the game. You also have the like rough or like tide tokens. So instead of using the normal water tokens, you actually have these wave kind of tokens here that are kind of more difficult to deal with. And like I said, these are all going to be different. They're going to have their different rules. So for example, for me, I chose one of the easier ones because like I said, I'm not very good at this game. But the one that we're going to be using is this kind of location here, which is the Crowd Water Straits. And this is, these complex waters suffer when their populations get out of control. So as you fish the waters, you must ensure no species spawns too quickly. So basically the spawning of the fish kind of changes with adding this location. So then here we have kind of the spawning of the fish. So if 0 or 1 fish is placed into the open water, which this will make more sense if you've never played Conservas before, once I explain how the spawning works. But typically, if you have 1 fish, you're not going to get any, they're not going to breed, obviously, because it's just 1 fish. But if you have 2 fish, they will breed, and you can add 1 additional fish. 3, you'll get 2. 4, you'll get 3. 5, you'll get 4. And then once you get above 5, the kind of payoff of how many fish you get back goes down. So if you get 6, it goes down to 3, 7, you'll get 2, 8, you'll get 1, and 9, you'll get 0. So you're kind of wanting to make sure that you don't have too many fish in the ocean and that your fish don't over breed. So yes, that is the one. That's the one that I like felt was the easiest, but I will show you guys. These are the tokens that you will see with the expansion. You have the predators, which are the black tokens. Then you have the tide tokens here as well, which those will kind of come along with the different locations in the location book that you can play. These are the other 3 types of tokens that you'll see in the base game. So you have the oysters, I think, octopus, and seashells. So those are just from the base game. And those will change with all of the scenarios that you're going to be playing. But yes, those are the kind of 3 different modules. So you have the new cards, the new market book, and the new location book. And like I said, you can play with all of those, or you can just play and pick and choose which modules you want. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Mayor of Canada, hello. Meeple Mike, hello, how are you? Mike, when are you leaving? Mike is going to Japan and Korea, and I'm very jealous. Got stuff to do, but wanted to support and leave a like. Thank you so much. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your username. Benevolent Sloth. Thank you so much for popping in. Apologies for absolutely butchering your username. Hello, Jenna. Hello, chat. Hugo Garcia, welcome to the stream. How are you? Noon tomorrow. Enough for a game of something tonight. Nice. What are you playing, Mike? Let me know. All right. So to start off the game, like I said, I do have to decide which one of these 2 I want to play with. An interesting thing is I do think in the expansion rulebook here, it says you can play with some additional extra challenges. So you may choose to play with any combination of these modules, including all three. In addition to the new modules, you can play with the extra challenges from the base game, which these are some like different extra things that you can play with. I don't think I'm going to play with any of them. One is that you can play with an extra challenge of the boat that you choose. You actually have to pay for it, which typically you don't for your like starting boat. Fisher's Guild, when pulling tokens, each boat must take at least one fish into the boat. So typically if you take tokens out, you can place just water onto the boat and avoid placing fish. But with this extra challenge, you have to place at least one fish, which can make overfishing a little bit more difficult. And then Whole Tin Can, when fulfilling a market space, you stack all of the tokens onto the market space that was sold. You do not place just one and then place the rest back in the general supply. Because the general supply, you can run out of fish. That makes it a little bit more difficult as well. But I'm not going to play with any of those additional rules because, like I told you guys, I am already bad at this game. So I'm going to try to make it as easy for me as possible. So these are my two options for the boats that I start with. We are simply just looking right now. This one does have a special ability, which makes it a lot more tempting, but we're only allowed to hold 2 fish on the boat. So every round we're going to be taking 5 tokens out of the bag, and then those 5 tokens can be placed either on a boat or into the open water. And the 5 tokens, 2 of them will be placed on the boat, and then the other 3 will be placed back into the ocean. Whereas this one here, I can place 3 fish onto this boat, and then 2 will be placed back into the ocean. This one here has an upkeep of 1. This also has an upkeep of 1. So it's just, do I want an option of having 1 more fish added to the boat, or do I want this special ability, which is when placing tokens on a boat card, you may pay €1 or 1 coin to draw 1 extra token into the boat, or place a token in the boat, back into the bag. Interesting. The spawning rate snowballing out of control was the biggest complaint I remember hearing from the original game. It was just such an obvious dominant strategy. Glad to see it addressed. They addressed that here. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I didn't play it enough to be able to fully see that happening. I often actually struggled with like the spawning and stuff. I didn't do very well with that. Typically, I, at the end of a scenario, didn't have enough in my bag, so I think I often overfished, and I focused far too much on my like market and stuff. Oopsie, there we go. But the market kind of mini game with this one is really fun, so I'm excited to share that one with you guys. The game is difficult enough without the extra challenges. I 100% agree. Just got my Canada Place bag and package from ILO and a package from the op, so maybe something from any of that stack, lol. Oh my gosh, Mike. I just got the package from ILO as well, and I'm very excited about that. You should play... I'm actually really excited about POC. It's like the outside, like, lawn game. Super fun. All right. So I think ultimately, I feel like if I take this one, I'm going to forget about this extra ability, but I feel like it might be useful. So I think I might actually take this boat. It's only going to allow me to take 2, but then I can pay a coin in order to get another one, or I can pay a coin to place 1 back into the bag. So if I get something that I don't want. And then this one here is just going to get discarded. And then as for this right here, actually I'm really excited to show you guys this. This is going to be a part of the game that I'm going to be focusing on quite a bit. Basically here, I'm able to kind of do whatever ones of these I would like. Basically, you're selling these fish to a market. So you're selling them to people. And at the end of the game, I must have a continuous group between these 3 icons. So I am trying to connect all of these 3 icons. And you guys will notice that I have all of these water tokens placed out. And I am not allowed to fulfill this order here in order to, you know, connect these 3 icons unless I take these water tokens off. Yeah, so at the end of each round, I may remove up to 3 water tokens that have at least 1 market space filled next to it. So if I'm able to fulfill one of the adjacent kind of market spaces, I'm going to be able to take that token off. So I'm going to be trying to kind of take those off, and that I think will lead to me doing a lot of the market stuff for this game, which I think I'm okay with because at the end of the game, I'm obviously doing the standard, and that is that at the end of the game, I need 45 money, and I need 3 of each of the species in the bag. So 3 sardines, 3 eels, and 3 tuna. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how good it's going to go, but we will see. Yeah, can someone host a barbecue so we can play POC? I will 100% do that. I feel like that would be so much fun. I'm actually going to bring it to my parents' house on Saturday, and we're gonna play it. Hopefully the weather's okay. All right. So we are going to get right into this. We are going to be playing this specific scenario is 7 rounds, as you can see here. So we're going to be playing through 7 rounds. Each of those 7 rounds has 3 phases, starting off with the at sea phase. So that means I am going to draw 5 tokens out of the bag at a time, and then I'm going to decide whether I want to place those 5 tokens onto one of my boat cards that is empty or the open water card. So we're going to start out with that, and I'll kind of explain the game as we go from there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is not good. It's not good at all. I will say that we do have some upgrades here as well. Also, is it a little bit dark? Let me know. I think maybe it's a little bit dark. Is that better? I feel like that's probably better. Okay. So these are 5 here. Sadly, I don't think this is great. Oh, I was going to show you guys these. So we do have upgrades. This one's going to require 2 fish of the same type, 2 fish of the same type, and this one just requires 1 fish. This here is for every 3 water tokens you have in the deep sea, which is the water, you gain €1, which is kind of nice. This one here is you may draw and examine up to 10 tokens from the bag before returning them to the bag. Okay. That's like an instant ability. So that would be like a one and done kind of thing, which this could be useful at the end of the game, I guess, to kind of see what I have in my bag. And then this one here is keep the traded fish tokens on this card. So the ones that you spent. And then add an extra 1 of this fish type into the bag during spawning. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I like that a lot. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place these all in the open water. Sadly, we have 1 of each type, which is not great. And then, hello, Brian. How are you? How's it going? We're going to draw out another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So then here, like I said, we are going to be placing 2 onto the boat and 2 into the water, or 3 into the water, sorry. So what do I want to place on the boat? I think I will place a tuna. I'll place a tuna and a water, and then the 3 will go down there. I could spend money to draw another one out of the bag, but I don't think I want to do that. I most likely would get like a you know, actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 1. That's going to allow me to, you may pay €1 to draw 1 extra token into the boat. Boom. Great. Actually, that's fantastic. I love that. Okay, so this is the end state. I am now going to go on to the next, which is the inland. This is going to be the kind of phase of the round where you are going to use your fish that you have on your boats. Any that is in the water, that's just going to be left for the end of round or end of day phase with like the spawning and stuff. So we're going to leave those, but we are just looking at these 2 tuna as well as this water. The water doesn't do anything. That's just simply going to go back into the bag. But the fish here, I could decide whether I want to use these fish to get one of these upgrade cards, whether I want to use these fish in order to put them here into the market and get the money for them, or that's it. I can do those 2 things with these fish, but I can also decide during this phase to spend money to get a boat. And do I want to get a boat right off the bat? I don't think I do. Also, this card here is in Spanish, which actually that makes me think that I probably should have looked at all of the cards before shuffling them into here to make sure that they are not. Some of them are in English and some of them are not. So this one is, that's English, English, Spanish. Okay. Huh, interesting. Oh yeah, because this one that I have was in English. Okay. So these ones and this one actually get discarded. So I'm just going to get it a new one. Not too concerned with that. Okay. And then I do believe that there's going to be some in here that might be in Spanish. Once those come out, I'll just discard them and then draw a new one. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do here is I don't think I want that. I think this ability is pretty nice, which is for every 3 water tokens you have in the deep sea, gain 1 money. I feel like that's a pretty nice ability. So I think I'm actually going to take this for myself. Yeah, and then I'm going to spend those. Those just go back into the supply. This needed 2 of the same fish tokens, so I'm going to take this. And this is for every 3 water tokens that I have in the deep sea, I'll gain 1 money. So that's during the sea phase. So it's not going to happen now since we've moved on to the inland phase. But during the next round, for every 3 of these water tokens that I have in the water, those are going to get me 1 token or 1 coin. All right, so that is everything for the inland phase. This does not get replenished until the end of the round, so the end of day. But we're going to go into the end of day now, which is you're going to pay your upkeep from your boat. You're going to see what fish are going to spawn, and then that's it. And then these get replenished, I believe. Let me double check. Make sure it's actually that phase and not during the other phase. End of day, discarded. Any leftover water tokens get discarded. Yeah, you replace the missing boats. And if you don't purchase either an upgrade or a boat, you have the option to wipe them and put out new ones. So because I didn't purchase a boat, I'm going to be able to, this round, or this phase, to be able to wipe them and put out 3 new ones, which, honestly, I think I'm okay with these ones staying out for now. Because I purchased an upgrade, they do not get wiped, but we are going to put out a new one. And then as for here, I have these tokens here. I just move them all over to here. This actually gets discarded because it was on the boat. But these were all the tokens that I put into the water. Any water gets placed back into the bag. And then we're going to look at this here. So I have one sardine. One sardine does not spawn any new, but for every 2, and 1 new or 1 of that species is going to spawn. So we're going to get 1 tuna, 1 eel, and then those are all going to go back into the bag. Love these playthroughs you've been doing. They are super helpful and I enjoy how much time you devote to each game. It's obviously you love what you do. Thank you so much. That means honestly the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do genuinely really enjoy doing live streams. This has become one of my favorite things to do on the channel because truly, like, that is the reason why I started this YouTube channel, was to be able to play games. And it's just really nice to make content where I am able to sit down and actually play games and show off the games to you guys that want to see them. So thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Hopefully the streams aren't too long. I do devote quite a long time to them. And I do, you know, I don't try to rush them and like rush myself with the games because this is the type of gamer I am. I like to really make sure that I'm doing everything right and that I am, you know, strategizing and, you know, doing well. So, and also when I'm live streaming, I obviously want to talk to you guys as well and get you kind of included in the game. So, yes. Cosmic Beat, hello, welcome to the stream. All right, and then the last thing that we have to do for this round or this phase is that we do have to pay upkeep for our boats. So I do have a $1 upkeep for this boat here. And then that is everything for the first round. I feel like we did not do well and I probably should have started selling some stuff, but we will sell some stuff, I promise. I feel like I should probably build up my bag before I start selling too much, but we will see. Hi Jenna, you are now tempting me to pull this out and can some aquarium. Heck yes. Do it. So fun. It's been actually a while since I played this one and I really enjoy it. So, and I need to get better at it, to be honest with you. All right. So we're moving on to round 2. We're going to start with, did I want to purchase a boat? Jenna, that was far too long ago. You can't do that now. I'll purchase a boat this round. All right, so we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally the exact same thing I did before. All right, so I will say that I'm trying to get rid of a lot of this water stuff. So I would love, because we're trying to connect this to this to this. So ultimately what we really want to do is kind of just do like a straight line down here and then like maybe over around. Or we could very well do like a few lines, but ultimately we're trying to connect them all. So I really should try to start selling some stuff. At the same time, this is always what happens, is I end up selling stuff too early and then I run out of stuff in my bag and I screw myself over. So I think we should really just take it slow and try to work things up. So I'm going to put these into the open water. I don't know if that's the best option. Are you still open for reviewing games this year? I actually, fun fact, don't really do game reviews often. I do like my monthly wrap-up videos where I kind of talk about the games that I played, and I kind of do it in a more so just like chill way. I don't really refer to myself as a board game reviewer. There's definitely a lot of them out there that I would recommend you go and reach out to, but I'm always down to receive games and play them when I get to them and then talk about them on the channel, but I can't guarantee, like I've never done any like single video reviews of a game, if that makes sense. But I also do like playthroughs of games and stuff like that. So yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. So I actually very much so dislike this, but I think it's fine. What do I want to do here? Ooh, 2 eels would get me 7 money there. That's kind of nice. And then that would then allow me to get rid of these 2 tokens. But do I want to do that? Probably not. Maybe I will go here. Sell this. That'll get me 3 coins. I can get rid of these 2 water tokens. And I only have to use 1. So I'll do 1 and 1. Actually, maybe I won't do a sardine quite yet, because then that would allow me to gain an additional sardine. I have 2 of these here, which will gain me another eel. This will at least allow me to get a little bit of money. Because how many sardines have I haven't actually used any sardines yet. So actually, I'm going to do that, because I did get... No, I didn't get any additional sardines last game or last round. So that means that I'm using 1 now. So that's going to be 1 less in the bag. I'm going to only have 4 sardines in the bag. Maybe I don't do that. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to be a very cautious fisher right now. All right. So that is everything. I could spend 1 money to gain another one, but I don't think I'm going to this round. So this is what I'm left with here. We are going to sell fish for Conservas or gain boats or gain upgrades. This is all I have to spend this round. Obviously, the water does nothing, so I have 1 eel that I am going to sell to the market. I'm going to place that here. That is going to get me 3 money. So I'm actually going to put 2 back and gain a 5. That's going to gain me 3 money, and then at the end of the round, some of those water is going to be taken out. Let the sardines breed in peace. I will. I'm going to let them sardines get at it, you know? Oh my goodness, hello. So many comments. Was always interested in the base game, but heard many times it was too easy, as there was very clearly a strategy that let you win every time. Really? This is the second time I've heard this in the comments. I never win this game. What's wrong with me? I need to learn this this strategy. But I feel like those people that did that strategy, it's kind of their own fault for doing that strategy, knowing that it would just make it easy. You know? I'm always the type of gamer that, like, I won't just make it easy for myself. If I know there's a strategy that makes it easy, then I'm not going to take that strategy. I'm going to make it more challenging for myself. But I will say that this expansion definitely adds in more stuff that is going to make it more challenging. And maybe takes away the, like, really good part of that strategy. I'm not 100% sure. I have the problem of breeding one species too much and the population of everything else dwindles. Yeah. I just sell everything. And I just don't care about the ocean. I love this game, even if I have the memory of a goldfish. Same. And can never keep track of what's in my bag. I cannot either. That's always been my problem, is I can never keep track of what's in here. I've been debating backing this expansion. I definitely recommend if you enjoy the base game. This just, like, adds in more of what you already love. It adds in more upgrade cards, more boats, more scenarios, more of, like, a challenge, and more variability, because you have this location book, which then you can, like, mix and match with all of the different scenarios, which I think is a really, really cool part of it. Thank you. I have a review copy of Pirates of the Golden Age with solo rules that I would love for you to have our Kickstarter go live in July 2026. Very nice. Definitely reach out to me if you want on email. I will say that my July is already pretty much booked. Unfortunately, I have realized today, I was actually going through and, like, making sure I had all of my content squared out for the next few months. June and July are so busy for crowdfunding. It's crazy. And I didn't realize. Like, I always thought that June and July were, like, a slower time. Like, I knew that it got pretty busy around, like, March, April. And then also towards like the end of the year in like September, October. But for some reason this year, June and July is wild. Amen to that comment. I think there is a card that lets you check what's in the bag. Yep. This one right here that I will probably want to keep and use it at some point. All right, so where was I? What was I doing? What did I do? I put this out here. I can additionally purchase a boat if I would like, which I do think I am going to grab this boat here. This is going to cost me 3 money. So I'm going to spend 5, get 2 back. It does have an upkeep of 2, but I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Upkeep of 2. I'm going to purchase that boat. I don't have to pay the upkeep for this boat this round. You don't have to pay it for the round that you got the boat, but every subsequent round. So purchase that. I am not getting any upgrades, so that is everything for the round. So we'll move on to end of day. We're going to pay upkeep for the boats. Like I said, I'm only paying for the upkeep for this boat. And then we are going to see if any of these spawn. We are going to place out 1 new boat. I could discard these and put out 3 new ones, but I think I'm going to keep those out. And then, as for the spawning of my fish and everything, we're going to move over all these to here. This technically was on the boat, but this here, for every 3 water tokens I have in the deep sea, gain 1. I have 3, so I'm going to gain 1. And then these will go back to the bag. I have 2 eels, 2 sardines, which mean I'm going to spawn 1 sardine, 1 eel, and those will all go back to the bag. Boom. I'm doing well. Probably not. Just kidding. All right. So I guess technically I'm supposed to do this during the at sea phase. So please remind me if I forget to do this. This you were supposed to do in the phase where you put all the tokens out. So I need to remember that. Okay. I want this game. I never ended up finding a copy. It's always sold out. Oh no, Kim. Definitely look into the campaign. There's this game, and there's also Pastilles, which is a very good game as well. I've played that a bunch. I played it a bunch in April. I don't think I've played it yet in May. All right, moving on to round 3. Oh my gosh. So this is what happens with this game, is like, we're already on round 3 and I haven't gotten anything done yet. But I do know that this game is the type of game that really ramps up. And once you get to like round 5, 6, 7, you really get going. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going on right now. It is. So there's a campaign for Conservas as well as the new expansion, which is the Exotic Tides expansion. And then there's also Pastilles, which is this one. I talked about it in my most recent monthly wrap-up. All right, so this was my first poll, which we have 3 tuna. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. At the end of the round, you may remove up to 3 water tokens that have at least 1 market space filled next to them. So 1 and 2, those just go back into the supply. And we've opened up these 2 spaces now, which is great. As for this here, I think I'm going to put this onto this boat here. I'm going to do 1 and 1. And then these 3 will go... No. Should I do... Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Put a water there. Put 2 back in. Okay. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. So this is going to allow me to maybe do like this one here. And then here, I can maybe do 1 eel, 1 water, and then put these 3 back in the water. That way we have more sardines. And then hopefully we can do more here. I don't know if I'm still not doing enough. What is this new card here? Keep this token on the card. Discard this token during end of day. The species on this card does not spawn. The species on this card does not spawn, but you gain 5 money. Activate 1 time at the end of the round of your choice. Okay, that's just a one-time thing. So this is like a one-time, but you can hold on to it until you decide to use it. This one's a one-time right when you purchase it. This is 1 time and you tap it. Good to know. Honestly, don't really love any of those, so I might actually wipe those. As much as I want to keep this for endgame, I feel like I don't really need to. All right. Now the only thing with this, I could probably do like these two. And that would get rid of more of these tokens. Get out of my way. But ultimately, like, do I need to get rid of all these tokens? Not really. So I really just need to attach that to that and then this to this. Or just, I don't freaking know, man. This game does not do well with my brain. I'm really not good at strategizing in this game. Oh, great. Okay, cool. That's actually really good, actually. Because I did need 3 in the water to get money. Actually, that works out pretty freaking well. I like this. This is good. Okay, so that is everything there. I do want to remember I do this during the at sea phase. So as long as I have 3 in the water, which I do here, we're going to get 1 money. Amazing. And then we are going to go into the next phase, which that is going to be me using these tokens. The water simply goes back in the bag. And then we have these 3 to use. Like I said, I don't really want to gain any of those upgrades, but like I very well could just do this one in order to get more money, because I do need 45 money at the end of the game, and I currently only have 9. So I could do this if I would like. I think, gonna go here, which also a fun part of this game that I like completely forgot about is the fact, oopsie, that this side is the fish, but then when you place it onto this board, you're supposed to place it with the little like can side face up, which I think is such a cute part of the design. So technically I'm supposed to do that. That is going to get me 2 money. And then is there any spot here? Like I could go here and get 5 money for that. And that would allow me to get rid of more tokens. It would get me 5 money, but it's not really helping me with connecting these 3 icons. At the end of the game, you must have a continuous group between those 3 symbols on the side. Connections must be left, right, up, or down. Am I reading that correctly? That I have to have like a continuous line of completed things? Do the water count? I don't think so, because I feel like you want to take off the water. You don't want to leave them on. At the end of the game, you must have a continuous group between the 3 icons on the sides. Boom, boom, boom. Connections must be left, right, up, or down. Each space adjacent to any gray space gets 1 water token placed on it. It blocks that space from getting sold until the water token is removed. I think I'm correct. Looks like a fun game. Thank you for the board game journal video. Oh, you're so welcome. An amazing idea, and yours is so nice. I will be starting mine in the next couple weeks. So excited. Oh my goodness, Michael, Mike. That is awesome. Yeah, that was like my 2 worlds colliding because I'm a huge lover of like journals and planning and scrapbooking and stuff, and then also board games. And I've always loved the kind of concept of a reading journal, but I've never been a huge reading person. So then I was like, why don't I just make a reading journal, but for board games with like different challenges and stuff like that. So yeah, that was very fun. If you are on Discord, we do have a channel on the Board Game Garden Discord where everyone is always chatting about their spreads for their board game journals and stuff. And it's really fun having like a community that you can like chat with people about your board game journal. So definitely recommend. All right, what was I doing? I'm trying to decide what I want to do with these. I think I am going to just continue here. I'm going to put this sardine here. That's going to get me 1 money. And then I'm going to put this one here. And that's going to get me another 3 money. And so I have like a little bit of a connection starting, which I feel like is good. And then as for other things, I didn't get any upgrades, but do I want to buy another boat? I feel like I should probably not buy another boat this round and maybe buy a 3rd boat in round 4 and then just have that for the rest of the game. But like, I guess like I might as well get it now. This one's 4 money and has an upkeep of 2. So in total, if I get that one, I'll have an upkeep of 5 each round. And it allows me to keep 4. 4 of the 5. So there's only going to be 1 going back in. I think I'm going to hold off because I actually don't like any of these boats. So I might actually wipe them. All right. That is going to be everything for inland. We're going to go to the end of day, which is all of these fish here are going to be moved over to the open water. We're going to discard these water tokens into here. And then we are going to do upkeep for my boats first. So I am paying 3 money. 3 monies for my boats. And then we are going to spawn fish. So we have 2 eels, we'll make 1 eel. 2 tuna, we'll make 1 tuna. 3 sardines, we'll make 2 sardines. Boom. So then all of those will go back into the bag. It's actually pretty good. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better about taking them and putting them there. All right, so that is that. I am going to, because I didn't purchase any upgrades or any boats, I'm going to flush out, I think, both of them. So we are going to discard those, discard these, and then I'm going to put out 3 new upgrades and 3 new boats. Give myself some options here of some other boats, potentially. Ooh, that one's pretty nice. I would have loved another boat that allowed me to keep 3. But like the nice thing about this Eldorado is that it doesn't have any upkeep. It costs 6 up front, but it has 0 upkeep, which is nice. Okay, so that is everything for the end of round, the only other thing I need to remember is the fact that I can now discard any up to 3 adjacent water. 1 and 2. No other water has a thing beside it, so those ones are going to get discarded. And then we are going to move on to round 4. I really wish I could have got one more boat, but I think this round I'll probably grab a 3rd boat. That way for the last 3 rounds we'll have 3 boats, which will be, I think, worth it. All right, so first pull, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What is my ultimate kind of thing right now? I think I might actually place tuna and sardine on this boat and then have these ones go back into the water. That way I can fulfill this one here, which is 1 of each. That'll get me 4 money. Okay. And then, next one. Oh, my goodness. I'm almost dropping the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh boy. What do I want to do here? I do have quite a bit of sardines in the bag, I'm pretty sure. So I could afford to maybe finish off a few more sardines. So I think I'll do boom, boom, and then eel, and then put these back into the water. I don't know if that's going to be good. We'll see. And then, lastly, what's going into the open water? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing. That'll get us more sardines. And it'll get us more eels. Oh, perfect. We love to see it. Yay. Again, I could spend... I keep on forgetting about this ability on my boat, which is that I can spend 1 money to add 1 additional one to the boat. Or I can spend a money to take 1 off or not have to place as many on the boat. But I think I'm good. This here, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 water tokens in the deep sea. So I'm going to gain 1 money because I have to have at least 3. And then that is everything for that. We're going to go into inland, which is we are going to use all of this either get upgrades or sell them to the market. I can buy my boat if I would like. I feel like if I buy another boat, that's going to be 6 money up front. I think I'm okay with that. So I am going to purchase the El Dorado. I'm going to put that into my boat line here. Going to pay 6 money. Thankfully, this does not have any upkeep. So that is good. I didn't pay 5 money for upkeep last round, did I? Did I even pay for my upkeep? I think I did. No, I definitely did, right? Thank you, Jenna Pirates. The Golden sent a message to your personal email from Instagram. Is that correct? I don't know. Don't send anything to my, well, you're welcome to send stuff to my personal email, but I definitely recommend sending it to, or sorry, my personal email address from Instagram. Was it the Jenna Beasley 04 at Gmail? Because if it's that, then that is the correct email address. I don't know which email address is connected to my Instagram. But anyways, okay, so I purchased my boat. We're good there. And then we have 3 new things here. 3 new. This one is in Spanish, which I need to discard that and put out a new one. These are upgrades. We have this one here, which is spend 1 money to draw another token and add it to a boat above its capacity. You may do this once for each boat and for up to 3 boats. So this is during the inland phase, which is the phase that we're currently in. This one also is an inland phase 1, which is a one-time thing. It says, keep the traded fish token on this card. So whatever fish I use to pay for this card, you may sell up to 2 tins of this type as any other fish in each round. Keep the traded fish token on this card. You may sell up to 2 tins of this type as any other fish each round. For example, if they are sardines, they can be sold as mussels. Oh, interesting. So I could like sell, for example, sardines for something else on here once per round. That's kind of useful. So I could potentially do that with this. This one here is reduce your boat upkeep by a total of 2 money each round. Ooh, that is actually pretty nice as well. So then I would be only paying 1 money each round instead. So I would save myself 2, 4, 6, 8 money. That's pretty good. So I could spend 2 sardines to do that if I'd want. I feel like that one's pretty good. I think I actually might do that. I'm gonna spend 2 sardines to get this upgrade here, which is going to save me 2 money each round for my upkeep. So I only, for the rest of the game, have to pay 1 money for upkeep. And then these 3 here, I am going to use this eel here. This is going to get me 3 money. And then we are going to do 1 tuna, 1 sardine here. And that is going to get me 1, 2, 3, 4 money. Okay, that is that. We are getting pretty close to connecting here to here. I just need 1 sardine here, 2 sardines here. That will connect these 2, and then I simply just have to connect this one up to that line. I feel like it's doable. With exotic tides, are the card descriptions in English and Spanish or just English? I think they come in both English and Spanish. This is a prototype, so I'm not 100% sure that there are like 2 different versions, either a Spanish version and an English version, or if they just print them all together. It could very well just be that this is the prototype, so they have both Spanish and English in the prototype. But I did notice that with Pastilles as well, where all of the cards came in both English and Spanish. So definitely go and check out the campaign. Double check to see if, it's available both in one box or if you're either purchasing it in English or Spanish. Again, it might just be that this is a prototype. All right, so we are finished with the inland, purchased a boat, purchased an upgrade, did a bunch of market selling. So we're going to move on to end of day, where we are going to take all of the water, put that back in the bag, and then all of these are going to go over here. And we thankfully have 2 of each. So we are going to add 1 sardine, 1 eel, 1 tuna, and then all of these go back in the bag. And I will say, doesn't really feel like there's much in the bag. Oof, the conversion from euros to Canadian is brutal. Dude, Canadian money. Absolute garbage. All right, so then we are going to put out new cards. 1 and 2 for this end of round. I am going to pay the upkeep for my boats, which is, again, just 1 because of this card here that I got. And then we are moving on to round 5. I feel like I am doing pretty good. I'm feeling okay about this right now. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Excuse me. Do I want to just put this into the open water? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put all of this into the open water. Right? Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to put this maybe into one of my 2 capacity boats? Yeah, maybe I do that. I'm going to put this into El Dorado. I'm going to put 1 water and 1 tuna, and then I'll put the rest into the water. Okay. And then another 5. Whoa. Okay. I really do need more sardines, but I think I'll do this. Okay. So I kept an eel and a sardine. And then we're going to do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy manoli. Do I want to put that into the open water? That would be pretty nice to go into the open water. But at the same time, I really do need... I need 1 sardine here, 2 sardines here, and then 2 sardines here. So maybe I actually do this. I'm going to do that for now, because I still do have time. Gotcha. Thanks, Jenna. No problem, Jasper. No problem. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Cool. So... funny story, that's all of the tokens that was in my bag. So this is a great time for me to really look over how much of everything I have here. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eels, which is pretty good. We have 4 tuna, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sardine. Good to know. Very good to know. I don't really need any more water. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put 1 water into the boat. I have 3 sardines already, so I'm going to put a sardine into the boat. And then if I do a tuna here in the boat, that'll put 2 eels here, which that's going to be 4 eels. So I'm going to get 3 more eels. That's a lot of eels. Maybe I actually swap, even though I already have an eel here. That would maybe allow me to like finish this double eel here. That would get me 7 money. That's pretty good. Okay, I think I'm actually better with that. I feel like that is good. Is that good? I think that's good. All right. A tuna matata. What a wonderful phrase. All right, so that is everything here. I cannot pay money to put an additional one here because I have no more. And then what other thing? This here, for every 3 tokens I have in the deep sea. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gain 1 money. So I'm just going to gain 1. And that is everything for at sea. We're going to go inland. I have all of these here. These 2 waters are going to go back in the bag. And then we have 1 tuna, 2 sardine, and 2 eels. This card here is 3 different to gain 7 money. That's kind of crazy. I think I'm good for upgrades. I think I'm happy with the 2 upgrades that I have. I feel like I don't need any more upgrades. I could maybe get one of these 2 because they only cost 1 each. This one I don't really want because this is about fishing more and I'm really trying to avoid fishing too much. This one's kind of nice, but I feel like I don't really have a species or type of fish that I have a lot more than others. Maybe I have a little bit more sardines than the others, but not so much anymore since I have 3 eels that are going to make a lot more eels. Okay, anyways, I think I'm going to not do any upgrades. It means more fishies for the rest of your days. It means no fishies. Okay. We're going to put these 2 here. Do I want to do that? No, I think that's good because that'll get me 7 money. So I'm going to put those there. That'll get me 5, 6, 7 money, which is fantastic actually. We're going to do 1 down here. This will get me another 2 money. And then we have double sardine, which I'm going to put it up here, and that's going to give me 3 money. So I'll put 2 back, get a 5. So we are currently, for money, we have 26 money out of the 45 that we need. I feel like that's decent. We are going to gain a little bit more. I'm going to gain 1, 3, 6, 8 at least, because we're trying to connect a lot of those. That's not enough. I definitely need more money. How do I make more money? That's a great question. I just need to sell more, I guess. I could do this one at some point to get another 7 money. Okay. So this actually might be pretty worth it in the end. All right. So that is everything for that. Not gaining any of those. I'm not buying any boats. I think we're good there. We're going to pay our upkeep, which again is just 1. And we are going to move all of these to here. Water will go back in the bag. I think all we have in here is water because that's only what has gone back into the bag. So this is a good feel about how much we have here, which we actually have 3 of each one. So that means we're going to have 2 of those be added, 2 of these, and 2 sardines. And then all of these get added back to the bag. So as of right now, we have 5 of each type. Just joining, and wow, the artwork looks fantastic in this one. Jay Danelli, welcome to the stream. I 100% agree. It is some fantastic artwork. All of like the boats and the different upgrade cards. Very cool. Also in the location book, like, look at how good these are. They're very scary, some of them. Like this one. Terrifying. But there is some really pretty ones as well. A little thing popped out. It's like a coral reef one that I think is really pretty. This one. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Dang. All of the little, like, punch outs here are falling out. Okay. So, that is everything for the round. I am not going to get rid of any of these, but the only other thing that we have left to do is if any of these are adjacent, which I did place this one that is adjacent to this one here and this one here. So those are going to get discarded. And I think we are good. Okay. Moving on to, was that round 5? Oh no. When did I get... I purchased the boat in round 4. Yeah, so then we used it in round 5. We're going on to round 6. Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Oh, where's the job boat at? Heck yeah. A Conservas free philosophy. Okay, I'm stopping. All right, so we are going to draw out of the bag. I believe we are going to, again, draw all of the tokens, which is kind of crazy because we're going to draw 5 tokens per card, and I have 5 water. I have 6 water and then 5 of each of the fish in here. So we're going to have 1 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I do really want to make sure I have enough money. Is there any like really lucrative ones here? Also at the same time, like I said, I could do this as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this on to the Eldorado. We'll use the eel and the sardine. Put those into the ocean. Okay, and then another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this sardine will go here and here, most likely. I do need 1 tuna. So there's 5 of each one. So I definitely want 1 of these to go down in the water. Oh God. Okay. I'm so nervous. This is gonna be bad. I just have a feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Okay. Do I put this one into the open water? Oh. The only thing is I think, yeah, I'm going to put this into the open water because at least there's 1 of each of them in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 1 left over in here was an eel. I probably shouldn't have looked that I think maybe would have been considered cheating. Jenna, where did you get your Kokeshi from? I ordered from Board Game Bliss, and I'm still waiting for my copy. I got mine from Grand Gamers Guild, which is the publisher. It was sent to me for like a review copy. Hopefully it's going to become more available. Was it just like a pre-order, Kim? Because I'm assuming maybe just Grand Gamers Guild hasn't quite gotten their copies in yet. I'm not 100% sure. Grand Gamers Guild is like a pretty small publishing company. It's just Mark. He's like the owner of the publishing company. He pretty much does everything himself, so I'm sure it'll get there soon. I have the base game and really enjoy it. I think I'm on June, intrigued by the expansion, so thanks for showing it. You're very welcome. Chris, welcome. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put 1 down here, I'll have 6 water tokens. All 6 water tokens will be in the water. So that'll get me 2 money here, which would be really helpful. And then here, I do want to make sure that at least one of these eels are down here. And that actually means that the rest of these will go up here. So this, it means at least that I have 3 sardines, 2 eels, and 2 tuna. So I'm at least going to be gaining more of each of them into the bag. So that is good. I'll have 4 sardines. I'll have 4 eels because there's 1 eel left in here. And I'll have 3 sardines. So we just need to keep in mind that there is going to be one less tuna. Because we're only going to have 3 tuna. So I'm going to have to be really careful with tuna in the last round because we need 3 tuna at the end of the game. All right. Looks nice. Glad I backed. Very nice. Better than flapjacks. I am obsessed with your username. That's amazing. But thank you so much for coming in. I'm glad you're enjoying. It does look very nice. I agree. All right, so that is everything for this round. Like I said, I am going to gain 2 money for my eco-friendly bait card because I have 6 water tokens in the water. And we are now going to move on to inland, which means that we're going to take all of the fish that I am either selling or trading in, and we're going to decide what I want to do with these. So I think right now my main focus is to gain more money. So I do think I am going to take 3 different, 1 of each, tuna, sardine, eel, and I'm going to get this card here. This is going to right away give me 7 money. So 5, 6, 7 money. Okay, and then I'm going to use sardine here. That's going to gain me 1 money. I'm going to use eel here. That's going to get me 3 money. So I'll put 2 back, gain a 5. And then I have 2 tuna, which I could use 2 tuna to gain 4. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do 2 tuna. And I'm going to gain 4 money. So we're going to put 1 back, gain a 5. So currently, now I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. I am going to have to pay 1 for my upkeep. So I'm going to have 41 going into the last round. I think we're going to be able to do it. Yeah, it was a pre-order at 401. Already got it. I'm just waiting on Board Game Bliss. Interesting. So the Board Game Bliss one is not a pre-order. It was just like a purchase. So do you know other people that ordered it from 401 for pre-order and they got it already? Interesting. So clearly, like, the print run has already gone out. So it's more so... Oh, yeah. So it's more so a Board Game Bliss thing rather than a print run thing. Yeah, the timing is off. Maybe, hopefully it's just like Board Game Bliss is a little bit behind on orders or something. Did the people that got it at 401, like, was it a while ago? Or was it, like, just not too long ago? All right, so we are going to put a new one here. I'm not going to wipe the boats because I'm not even worried about boats. We are going to pay for my upkeep. So I'm going to pay 1, like I said. We have 41 money, which I feel like is really good. And then we are going to do the spawning of our fish in the water. So we're going to put all 6 of our water tokens back in here. And then we have 3 sardines is going to add 1, 2 more. 2 tuna will add a 3rd tuna, and then 2 eels will add a 3rd eel. Boom, boom, boom. So I think it's a possibility, or actually probably 100%, that we're going to get all of these, because there were 4 eels, 5 sardines, 3 tuna, and then 6 water. So I think we might actually be a little bit short of putting 5 on each. So when you are short and you don't have enough in the bag, the tokens that you would need to fill up each of these with 5 will just be added from the water. So you'll just add water. I mean, it's still in stock. I wonder if they can refund me my pre-order, but they have a policy that on that I think I wouldn't get my money back. Aw, that's garbage. So like 401 games still has stock. So you could purchase it at 401 and then I would say maybe wait a little bit longer. Hopefully Board Game Bliss gets you your stuff. All right, so first 5 we have here. I really need to think this through because, like I said, we only have a certain amount of things in the bag and I need 3 of each at the end of the game. So we also need to remember that we need to end with all of these icons being connected. So really I only need, in order to do that, I need to fulfill this one here, which is 2 sardines. Only issue with that is the fact that that's not going to end the game. That's not going to allow me to end the game with enough money. Because currently, like I said, I have, let me actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exchange that for another 5. So we currently have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 41 money. I am still going to have to pay at the end of the round for my boat upkeep, which is just going to be 1. So technically right now we have 40 money and I need to end the game with 45. So I need to make 5 money. So could use a fish here. The only place for me to use, actually, that's probably a really good spot. I'm going to actually aim to do this here, which is 1 eel and 1 tuna, and that will get me 6 money. So that will be more than enough, but I also do need to do this one here to make sure that I'm connecting the 3 icons. So 1 tuna, 1 eel, and then 2 sardines. Okay. So in that case, I am going to 1 tuna, 1 eel. Okay. The rest of these will go down here. I think we're golden. Okay. I just need to make sure I put the correct things up top and the correct things at the bottom. Yeah, this looks like a summer purchase for me. I agree. The art is amazing. What's the best ocean/water game besides this to play solo? Ooh. So one of my most recent water fish games is Shallow Sea. That is a game by Bad Comet Games, and it is a fantastic, like, drafting tile placement game, super puzzly. If you enjoy puzzly tile laying games, definitely recommend checking it out. It's very, very fun. That one's called Shallow Sea. What other? There is one recently that I got. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it is called Koi, which you're creating a koi pond. That one looks very fun. All right, we got one of each. I think this one's going to go into the ocean, because that's really nice to have one of each there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do I have left in here? Oh, there's only 3 left in here. Oh boy. So whatever boat I don't place anything on, that's going to be the one that I place these 3 plus 2 water from the supply. So, like I mentioned, I already have the Boom Boom. I only need 2 sardines. I am then going to place 1, 2, 3 down here. That will make it so I have my 3 sardines at the end of the game. I'm going to have more than enough eel at the end of the game. We're good. We are golden. And then we have the 3 here. Okay. Oh, So what happens here? I can, please hold for 1 second. I just got to make sure, because we only have 3 here. Do I have to put these 3 onto the boat, or can I split them up? Buying a boat. That's not it. If you are drawing tokens and you do not have enough in the bag, then you must take water tokens from the general supply to reach your total. In the rare instance that you run out of water tokens in the general supply, you must then forfeit the game as you have overfished the waters. So it looks like at this point I just take these 3, I add 2 water tokens from the supply, and then I am able to decide which ones go on the boat and which ones go into the water. So in this instance, this 100% needs to go back into the water. We do not want to fish any more tuna. We're going to have the exact amount of tuna that we need. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do that, and then we'll go 2 water, 1 sardine, because we're going to have the 3 sardines we need as well. So I might as well sell this to make more money, or I could very well swap these, but I might as well. All right, so that is everything here. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I'm going to get 2 money for my eco-friendly bait. We're going to move on to the next round, where I'm going to take all of the stuff in my boats. These waters are going to go back in the bag. And then I have this stuff here to sell. So like I mentioned, I'm going to sell the eel and the tuna here. That's going to get me 6 money. Okay, and then I'm going to spend 2 sardines here. That's going to get me 2 money. And then a single sardine spot. I might as well, I'll just go up here. And that'll get me 1 additional money. And that does officially connect all 3 of the icons in one contiguous group or continuous group. So we are good. Heck to the yeah. And then that is everything for this round. I'm not going to purchase any more boats. I'm not going to purchase any of those. Obviously, I have no more fish. So we're going to go on to the end of day. We're going to pay upkeep. I pay 1 for my upkeep of my boats. And then we're going to go into the fish. So we're going to put all these together. All of the water goes back in the bag. Gonna be golden. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I prefer to get it from them. Yeah, I have koi. It's great. I like it better than bonsai, and I play a ton of bonsai. That is so good to know. You already have boom boom. Is that what I said? I often do that. I think it comes from my many years of dancing, where basically, like, instead of counting, you know, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would always, when I was choreographing, I'd be like, 1, 2, boom, boom. So I think I've brought that into me talking about board games. But anyways, yeah. All right, so here we have 2 tuna. We'll make a 3rd tuna. 2 sardines. We'll make a 3rd sardine. And 3 eels will make 2 eels. Wow, we literally just have enough eels in the supply. Those will all go back in the bag. And that is everything. That was the last round. I forgot to move over this thing. But that is everything for the game. I do believe I have successfully won the game, which I needed first for this specific scenario. I needed to connect these 3 icons. I did connect these 3 icons with all of the different market orders. So we are good there. And then I need 45 money. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, $51. And we need, left in the ocean, 3 of each. So we needed 3 sardines, 3 eels, and 3 tuna. And we have indeed that. We have actually 5 eels, which is, I feel like, pretty impressive. We have 3 sardines, and we have 3 tuna. I did so much better in this game than I have ever done in the past. I feel like I went into this knowing a little bit more about this, like, strategy and how to play this game. I feel like the first few times that I've played this, I've went in just gung-ho on trying to make all of the money as quick as possible. But you really have to pace yourself with this game when it comes to making sure that you're building up the amount of fish that you have in the ocean, so that when you do pull them and put them onto your boats, you're able to kind of equally separate them out and have some for your boats and then some for the water. Whereas before, I was just putting a lot of it on my boat and not really paying attention to what I was putting back in the ocean, which I feel like is such a good, like, deeper meaning to this game of, like, truly not taking too much from our Earth, you know, it's so nice. I love it. Well done, Jenna. Thank you so much. Love me some clackety clacks. Heck yes. Makes your tree so shiny. Oh, you have upgraded pieces for bonsai? I recently got the wood upgrade pieces for bonsai. Is that the... I'm trying to remember what... Like, is there a specific, like, box that you buy of the upgrades? Can you just, like, buy them from a board game store? Because if so, I might do that. It's been a little bit since I've played bonsai, and I actually haven't played it solo. I haven't played bonsai solo, and I haven't played koi solo yet either. I haven't even played koi at all. But anyways, friends, that is everything for Conservas, with specifically the exotic. Why am I showing it to you guys like this? Like the overhead camera still on. There we go. That is everything for Conservas with the new Exotic Tides expansion. Like I said, there are some different locations in here that make it a little bit more brutal, which I kind of want to show you guys some of these. So this location here is Barracuda Bay, which is this area is ripe for prime fishing, but it is also filled with predators. These ones are extra fierce and can reduce your other population if not careful. So for extra setup, you'll add 5 of the black predator tokens into the bag, and then you put the rest in the general supply. And then for rules, it says, in addition to stopping fish from spawning, which typically for the expansion, whenever you draw one of these predator tokens here, it says if you bring a predator token into the boat, it will be placed back into the bag at the end of the round. You must then pay equal to the number of predators for each predator as per the chart below. So you get like a penalty for the more and more predators you put onto boats. And if you have a predator token in the deep sea location, the other tokens in that deep sea area cannot be considered for breeding. So you get penalized for putting them onto your boat. You have to pay money for that. But then if you put them into the sea, they're actually going to make it so the other fish that you placed into the sea alongside that do not go into the mating or breeding. So this here, it says, in addition to stopping fish from spawning, these predator tokens will eat other fish. If you place any number of predators into the deep sea location with other fish, you must then remove one of the other fish token from the game. So if you place it on the boat, you get penalized for having to pay money, but then if you place them below, then not only does it stop them from spawning, but you also have to get rid of them because the piranhas, or are they piranhas? Barracudas eat them. Lovely. There's also like a bunch of other things. Bitter Coast, which you can eventually like get rid of the sharks, I guess. There's these ones, Shark Tooth Cove, which you add 4 of them into the bag. In order to win the game, there must be no predators in the general supply. So you actually have to breed the predators and make sure they're all in the supply, or all in your bag and not in the supply. Absolutely wild. There's some other ones here that have to do with the like wave tokens. So this one is add 2 wave tokens onto each of the first 5 rounds. And so at the start of the round, place your wave tokens on that space into the bag. These waves will represent debris from the sea that must be removed. When fishing, if a wave is placed into the boat, it will be removed from the game. However, any fish that are in the boat with the wave must be discarded to the general supply. At the end of the game, you must have removed all wave tokens from the bag. If you fail to do this, you lose the game. Crazy. There's some like crazy ones in here. And like I said, with this location book, you can use this location book alongside any of the scenarios. So you can mix and match the different scenarios with the different locations. You can also place the locations with different scenarios from the base game, which I will mention that the base game scenarios are more simple and not as complex as the ones from the expansions. So it might be easier to place some of these locations alongside those scenarios first to kind of warm yourself up to those different locations, I guess. So glad to be able to see the expansion being played. Just backed it. Amazing. That is really awesome to hear. Also, hello, Successful Geek. How are you? How's it going, Adam? How did I not know about this expansion? I love playing Conservas, so chill. Well, funny you say it's so chill because this expansion makes it a bit more challenging. Adds in some predators, so maybe it won't make it as chill. But there is a lot of really fun things with it. Yeah. Definitely go and check out the campaign if you are interested. But anyways, friends, that is going to be everything for this stream. A huge thank you again to Salt and Pepper Games for sponsoring the stream. I appreciate it so, so much. Love working with Salt and Pepper Games as I am such a huge fan of a lot of their games. The challenge is chill. Yes, chill. Chill with challenges. I wish I was chill with challenges. I get so scared when it comes to very challenging games. Going well. I want to try Conservas sometime. You definitely should, Adam. It is very fun. This stream reminded me how much I enjoy this game. So it's definitely one that I want to get out more often. I've been catching up on some solo with Vantage and Sleeping Gods lately. Ugh. I think I am very tempted to get a copy of Vantage because I keep on hearing so many good things about it, and Vantage won so many of the Board Game Geek Awards, and I feel like so many people are enjoying it, so I might have to do that. It's like $15. Oh, nice. Separate fish, lol. Both with sharp teeth. Fun times. Have a good night. X-Queer, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me. Vantage isn't for everyone, but I really like the exploration. See, I feel like I would enjoy it as well because the exploration is like one of my favorite parts of like specific video games and stuff. And I feel like if I could have a board game that I can play solo that gives me that exploration feel. There are quite a few video games that I play that's like the one thing that I love doing. Specifically, like I played Genshin Impact a ton and I loved going out and exploring that world and collecting resources and stuff, and I don't know, it's just so much fun. And then Francis and I have recently been playing Pal World, and I've been loving going out and exploring that world as well. So if I can find a board game that gives me that exploration feel, I feel like I would enjoy it. Vantage is a great solo experience. Good to know. Another reason why I should get my hands on it. I've been doing some cozy solo Sunday while hubby sleeps in. I played some great games last few weeks. Evergreen with the Sakura Blossom and Bamboo expansion, and Alpine, A Gentle Rain, and Pondscape last week. Very nice. Honestly, Kim, I need to start doing that again. I need to take my Sundays and I need to get back to doing like just a full day of solo gaming. I feel like that is something that I desperately need. I haven't been doing enough solo gaming because I've just been like running around like a crazy person and I just need to chill. It's been so long since I've done like a solo Sunday vlog as well. I've been meaning to do one forever and then I just end up not doing them because either I have plans on Sunday or I have an open Sunday and all I want to do is just like lay in bed and do nothing. Watching you do that is the reason I got Reforest. It looked challenging solo. I need to play Reforest again too. That's such a good game. Call Catan and get Vantage. Okay. Well, now I have a little card game which is Catan on the road. And that actually gives you a pretty good feel of Catan, but not like the full game of Catan. It's like a mini version of Catan, and it's quite good. I think you would like it then, on sale on Stonemaier right now. Ooh, good to know. Good to know. Thanks for letting me know, Adam. I wondered why nobody wrote Call Catan in the comments on your preview video lately. I know. I guess the Call Catan inside joke's over, you know? I want forestry on the road. I love forestry. That's such a good game. Anyways, friends, I'm going to stop yapping. It's been so wonderful hanging out with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me here, and I appreciate it. I mean, it would be kind of rude to do on a sponsored video. Very true, very true. I was thinking it. Oh, Adam, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Putting money towards my Vantage fund. Thank you, Adam. It's really nice to see you in the chat, and hopefully you're doing well. Anyways, friends, I'm going to pack it up. Francis and I are going to play Pal World for the rest of the night, and hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night as well. Appreciate you all, and I will hopefully see you in another stream next week. I feel like next week I'm not like insanely busy, so I should be able to have time to do a stream, and it'll be a stream of just whatever game I decide. Maybe, I don't know if you guys want to see Pastiles, but I would love to show off that, or I can just pick another game that I've been wanting to play solo. So yeah, thank you all so much. Have a good night, and I will see you in another stream. Bye, friends!